Hi, welcome to live energy videos. This is less of a chat, less of a game, and more just I'm gonna be chatting with y'all. I'm in the mood to talk about things, anything really. As you can tell, I'm still setting things up. My thing down the bottom says it's connecting to YouTube chat. But even if that doesn't work for whatever the fuck reason, which is fucking annoying. Hold on. So, and show YouTube chat. Connecting to. There we go. Bloop 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 bloop. Okie dokie. Yeah, that works. Right. So this isn't a this isn't like a very well made video. This isn't anything like serious or anything like that. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to prepare you for like the end of the channel or something like that. Oh no, how would you live without me? Exactly the same way you did before. But I just decided to catch up. I'm gonna throw out a few ideas I've got for the channel. I'm gonna chat to see how you all are doing. I'm gonna talk about things. I saw a rather big film out. You could kind of think it was about superheroes or something like that. I'm just going to ramble for the sake of rambles. But while I'm doing it, might as well look at something. That's of course assuming anyone comes into the chat. There we go. Hey, Chaos Gamer. I had a feeling you'd show up. Always welcome. How are you, good sir, madam, or they? Also, 1v1. I'm really feeling more laid back today. But we could do that next time if you're up for it. I'll probably have to set up some sort of like multiplayer match or some shit like that. Ah, yes, Lichkin, of course. What's that? What's that pronoun then? Sir, sure, slock. One of those weird Lovecraftian words. Yeah, I'm feeling the same, man. This is it. Like, of all the games I can play, I'm playing this. I might as well play fucking solitaire. This is just something to have on the screen. I'm just in the mood of chatting today, to be honest with you. But I don't have enough of a crowd yet that I can do what Pimp Monk does and just fling on the camera for the sake of it. You need at least, I'd say, about 10 people in the chat at any time. But I've got some ideas I've been bouncing around for the channel. Just catching up, talking about whatever. You know, just chillaxing. Any news with you, anyway? Let's do a standard game. Something bare bones. I like the Portuguese the games. I literally start working on your game. Low energy irony, man. Hey, that's probably why I appeal to you so much. We are kindred something or others. Alright, let's say Portuguese and some of the Portuguese. The Mali? Yeah, the Mali. Map style, standard, location. Yeah, so I got an email from the beer people. And they said it was shipped out yesterday. It's currently sitting in a warehouse somewhere. And it will either be Monday or Tuesday when the booze arrives. So whatever day that is going to be no. Is going to be I'm going to do the video, make that, and then immediately after do the live stream. So Monday or Tuesday you're going to get a live stream. And of course on Wednesday then I'm going to do the the video, the travel video. So, yep. And Jesus, this is a doozy. That first one, that was a sampler compared to the shit I ordered. That company I'm working with, I'll talk more later, but they've been, as always, very helpful. Very, very helpful. Islands, there'd be two. No, Team Islands, why not? Easiest, sure, why not? Pretty. I love this game. So when I found out that the HD came out with oh shit, I'm gonna have to pause this real quick. The chat is HD, the Steam version. I do have the original version somewhere, but I can't get them to run on my computer even with Alright, I'm gonna have to close the chat, but I can still see the chat on my TV. It was in the way of the map. And I couldn't think of anywhere else to put it, but I can still see it. I do love the new factions and things like that. The African what am I doing building that? I've set it to deathmatch. The African societies was a pretty cool one. I like the Portuguese because of the what's it, the Feditori, not Feditori, the Pavori or whatever the hell it is. Oh, Windows 10. Like most people who got suckered in. It's new, so it must be better. Pfft, fuck off. I've got big love to play Fortress mode on this. Some of my first YouTube videos were of Age of Empires. Meh. I like Age of Empires 3. I'm one of the few people who really enjoy that. I'll play that at some point. Even now, I feel a bit bad not putting on the soundtrack for this game. It is so lovely. But I'd have to be talking over it. That's right, Wolfie. You don't want to go near my guy. Yeah, that's true. But no, I'm good. I'd had a long haul with the original, my AoE disc, and of course, not Age of Kings. What was the expansion? The one with the Native Americans and shit. Minera, get it? Mineral. I absolutely loved this game growing up. But I've talked about that before. Oh, and this version, I might just be jinxing myself, but this version of XSplit won't cause my computer to crash, because it hasn't yet. That's not to say it won't happen, but... Kitty. Kitty wants to join in. Fuck you, Age of Empires 3 was worse. Yeah, so I've got the travel video on Wednesday, and if I'm back early enough, and if I'm bloody sober enough, like chill enough, I'll post up that video. It won't be a trip up to Drumshambo, it'll just be the waterway, so it won't be exactly a huge video, but it'll be a travel video nonetheless. I have to get myself a SD card for my phone. Oh, yeah, so before I start talking about a certain movie I saw yesterday, oh, it has its flaws, but it's definitely more interactive. It doesn't feel so rigid as this game. And this game, you know, you play enough, you start noticing the the rigidness of it, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you like. But I don't know. At the very least, I can do a let's play of it real quick. Not now, but yeah. Big news I have is that I saw the Avengers film. So if you want me to talk about it, I can. I've got no problem spoiling it or unspoiling it. So I don't play it as much as I used to, but I don't challenge myself. I mean, I've more or less give away my, if I ever play multiplayer, I'd more or less give away my tactics really early on. I'm incredibly defensive. I just build castles like they're bloody trenches in World War One. Which is stupid, because it's not very hard to take out a castle. You just need a lot of rams. Well, you know what? I fucking loved it. Hands down, I really enjoyed it. Now, I knew a little bit about the comics. I never was big into comics, but I knew a little bit about the storyline, because more than once I found myself just wandering around Wiki. Did you know if you hold control and press backspace, you can take out a whole word? Kinda? Yeah? I don't use that because, I don't know, it's just more enjoyable to kill it word by word, I guess. Damn! You should make a bit of money by having your cat teach basic computer. But yeah, I knew some of the gist of it. I knew people died, and I also knew who Thanos was. But it was just seeing it on screen, and I know the whole Infinity Gauntlet's a gimmick. Like, just a pure, utter gimmick. MacGuffin, that's particularly the word I'm thinking of. But there are some people who just aren't coming back from some of this shit. I know one person in particular who's not coming back is Eldris Alba, or whatever his name is. He didn't want to play Hemdall anymore, so they kill him off fairly quickly. They kill Loki off really early on. They kill Black Panther off, but he could come back. I mean, he's only had one film one film of his own. It'd be a bit of a dick move to just kill him off, especially in this climate. There was a lot of little things like that I loved. The humor was spot on. Yeah, pretty much. And he wasn't the only black person to get killed in that. But then again, the whole point of it, like I said, this is spoiler land. I've already destroyed most of you, anyone who watches this at a later date. But, like, the whole point of Thanos' plan is to wipe out literally half of all sentient life. And he does. He succeeds at the end of it. Now, there's another one coming. There's one next year, which is probably going to fix a lot of it. But, Jesus Christ. What a ballsy move in this day and age, just to have the bad guy win. The last time I can think of anything like that would have been the Dark Knight, where the Joker kind of proves his point in many ways. But even then, he's not evil, he's chaotic. You know, you can't even really call him evil. He's just sick. This is like pure evil. But it was such a crazy-ass moment. One thing I absolutely loved was Tom Holland, the guy who plays Spider-Man. He really has some acting chops to him. Tobey Maguire doesn't hold a fucking candle. And that Garfield guy, he's funny, but I don't think he could have pulled it off like that. Like, he's one of them who dies, and he knows he's about to die, and he starts sobbing like a real kid would. And he's clinging on to Tony Stark, like saying, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And you just are like, holy shit. This is, like, powerful. But, like, it's just really, really good stuff. Thanos is, like, a really well-developed character. And they could have just gone the incredibly cheesy, ha ha, I'm evil route, which in a comic book movie is about the only place you can be kind of okay with. But no, I don't think he's sympathetic. I still want them to lose. But he was definitely more understandable. It was so well put together. I think one of the only downsides is something that Critical said in his review of it. The Hulk got a really he got really pussified in it. He basically hides after the first fight and doesn't reveal himself. He literally won't come out of Banner. Yeah, pretty much every villain ever. Yeah, that's not Thanos. In fact, Thanos is like cool and sophisticated and I wouldn't say charming, but he's understandable. He's kind of like how you want maybe a doctor to be when he's giving you some bad news. He's still telling you something horrible, but at the very least he's doing it in a way that's, you know, it seems like it's coming from a place of informity, an informed place, a place of professional like knowledge. Like Thanos just thinks the universe doesn't have enough in it to survive, so he just goes and takes away half of everyone. And at the end, right at the end, he's just looking out over a world, and he looks so content with himself. Like, you expect him to be over a globe going, "Whoa!" or "What have I done?" Instead, he just goes, it's just, yeah, it's a solid film, man. It's a fucking solid film. I am so glad I watched it. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't make a difference. Like, you could basically go up to someone who has cancer and go like, here's a silly monkey, you have cancer. But look at the silly monkey. Look at the silly monkey. Yeah, no. No, I'm very happy I watched that. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do in the third one, to who they're going to keep and who they're going to drop, and are they going to bring anyone new in? Because they could easily. It's just, well, you're going to need to structure the movie right. Well, if you're going to compare it to, say, Justice League, who in many ways had a very similar plot, the main bad guy was CGI, he was really strong, and he had a goal to seek a bunch of items, right? You're thinking, oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, but Steppenwolf was boring as shit. There was no character to him. He was just a box with a face. Which now I'm just picturing literally a cube with a face on top of it just flying around with the word plot written on his chest. But no, Thanos really had personality. Of course, it helps that they've had 18 films to build this shit up. So, yeah. They definitely have that going for it. But anyway, besides that, let's see. I'm not going to be playing Elite Dangerous for a while, if ever again. Just on the simple grounds that I'm not feeling it anymore. And you know, if you're not feeling it, there's no point to it. I don't think you... Were you here to see the... Were you here, Chaos Gamer, to see the absolutely atrocious brief period when I tried to be like a bounty hunter, and I got my ass kicked. That was the last time I played Elite Dangerous. I think Batman was in the chat for that, and some guy who, Jesus, he knows his fucking Elite Dangerous, Commander Thud or whatever. Yeah, very briefly, I just strapped a gun to my... I got a ship, like a default fighting ship, went to an area, decided on someone to attack, and I just attacked. So I'm not much of a bounty hunter, I'm more of a pirate. Yeah, I got fucking destroyed. And after that, I'm like, no wonder I don't play this like this. So I played a bit more of shipping and things like that. I got my ship back, which is good. But, yeah, I'm not feeling it. What I am going to be bringing back, though, is I'm going to be playing at least one more game of Plague Inc. But this time, I'm going to unlock everything first, including all the other viruses. Just to show, like, what the game's like before... before when you've only got, like, bare bones stuff, and after. But I gotta unlock that. I've been playing a game every single day of it. Fallout, of course, is staying, because, hell, like, I'm going pretty far into Fallout. I might as well just, might as well see can I wrap it up. Already got the bad ending. That's way too much fishing. That's far too much fishing ships. Let's see, I'm gonna do Age of Empires 3, at least one game of it. Might play Rain again, but I don't know. I wasn't, let's just say, I wasn't the most stable of monarchs. I've got two games I'm looking at right now to buy. One of which is a sort of like a city builder. It's called Frostpunk. You might have seen someone play that already. That looks really cool, but it also looks very bare bones. The only difference is that it's they're meant to add a morality system to it. In a strategy game, I don't think that's a good idea to have a morality system, because even in games like this, Age of Empires, I'll just hurl thousands of people at an enemy building until it collapses. Like Age of Empire, Hearts of Iron, I've killed millions. But at the same time, it does look really cool. It's basically steampunk, but it's set in an apocalypse after the Ice Age happens. So it's sort of like Fallout in the snow, but all steampunk. Where you have to build up a city. The other one is Battletech. Now that looks cool. If you can remember the old game Mech Warriors from the 90s and early 2000s. It's like that, but it's done in the style of XCOM, where it's all from below. Now, I would pick up that far quicker than the Frostpunk. Bar two things. One, it's 10 quid more expensive, which might not be so bad. I can't do it this week because I've got I'm gonna be heading out up to Drum on a day out. I want to enjoy my money out rather than in this week coming. But I also need to I want to pick up God of War. And because of that, here we go, classical, low energy, just kicking in. Because of it, I've got to make a choice between one of those two games and God of War. Like, I'm definitely going to get God of War no matter what. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get God of War for this. I won't be able to stream, but, you know, be able to play it for myself. Currently wrapping up, I'm currently wrapping up Far Cry 5, which has been enjoyable enough. Hey, where am I? Okay. Okie doke. Did I have a market? Did I build a market? I don't think I did. Silly boo. Push the lead. I like a nice balance of the two. I've been in both part. I've done the extremes. Right now, I feel more constrained than anything, and it's usually something simple like going out on the weekend or what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. Just walking up to the next town over, and having a few drinks, having a meal out, chatting to some people, and then popping back. Um, that usually can sort me out. Of course, I'd prefer if it was more than just one day, and I'd prefer if it was like something else different, like I haven't done before. But, you know, money's tight and I'm kind of exhausting places to go to around this area. I have to go further and further afield, which takes time as well as money at that point. But it is summer, so I'm definitely going to be going out a lot more at the very least. It's a 2-hour long walk when I was out of shape from here on the canal. So I'm guessing now that I'm starting to lose a bit of weight and run a bit more every day, I should be able to cut that down, but I am also just going to be chilling. I'm going to be taking in the scenery, patting every dog that walks by, and also I may have something in my water bottle that I might want to top up at the halfway point. What do you expect? I'm Irish. But yeah, I should be able to get BattleTech. Oh, the main reason I can't get BattleTech is because I don't know if my computer can handle it. My computer is particularly in this case I went to Can You Run It or whatever the hell it is, and it said everything but my GPU, which is pretty low. And that would cause lag. You're the computer expert. If my computer doesn't have fast enough GPU speed, would it cause lag on the game? I'm thinking yes, but you know, what say you? Okay, let's build the castle. Need some space. I like the castles. This is a mod, by the way, I've got put on to change some of the styles of the buildings. Wood graphics calculation, most important thing when running games. Yep. Now I can set it to low settings, which will look fine from a distance, say this distant. But if I want to zoom in up close, I imagine we're going to get some crappy textures. So I have to make that decision whether or not I want really shitty textures, or compared to the fact that the game actually looks kind of fun. It has almost a Warhammer, a 40k vibe to it. Or Endless Space, games like that. But it's going to be robots the size of buildings fighting each other and launching missiles and walking up to each other and like blowing each other to bits. Okay, these two as well. Oh, that's going to take that's not on the table at least for another 2 more years, man. Of course, if I ever buy it, then I can always just have it forever, because, you know, my Steam account is, you know, you can reuse the games whenever you feel like. I'll make my decision. Well, it's Sunday, so technically next week. Wait, are these two? Yeah, no. Hurry up! Build that fucking castle. You think it's a massive monument of stone and mortar or some shit like that? Lazy peasants! Work faster and bring me that one. She looks pretty. I'd have been the sort of I finally watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It was on my to-do list for ages, and oh my god, it is so bad. And yeah, it's so fun. It's the sort of, I'd say it would count as so bad it's good. Oh, it was, oh, terrible. The acting from such good actors too. Like Alan Rickman was the main bad guy in that. But the accents they were using, oh yeah, the organ gun. I forgot that's their special one. I thought it was some sort of archer. The acting, the camera work, the dialogue was just terrible. One point, one of the bad guys threatened someone to kill them with a spoon, and that was meant to be played up as a joke, and it just didn't work. It's bad, but I think everyone knew it was bad. Did I? Yeah, they're building a second. Ah. I definitely get it if it was like a part. You know those 3-part DVD collections where you have that and say Braveheart and something else. I'd pick that up. Yeah, sure. It's a bit of a stupid laugh, especially if it has like director's commentary. I'd be very curious to see about that. It would be very painful, but they play it up as a joke and yet as a real threat, and they keep on making callbacks to it, and it just seems out of place. Also, being the history nerd that I am, I was like, huh, that's not Jerusalem. But anyway, that was the last film I watched until I watched the Avengers. I'm currently now catching up on Netflix. I've got that David Letterman series where he's interviewing a lot of people. It's very lopsided in its politics, but the people he does bring in, like, they are very interesting. He had fucking Obama in at one point. Tina Fey's coming up next, which I love Tina Fey. I have a bit of a crush on her. I'd be very curious. I'd love if like he got Donald Trump at one point. That'd be brilliant. His audience would just Oh, I watched the shit out of Dragonheart when I was a kid. I had one of my prized possessions as a little kid, and there's a picture of me somewhere, is a glow-in-the-dark bedspread of Dragonheart with glow-in-the-dark pajamas. And I loved them to bits. I still remember being in my room Christmas night, full of Christmas dinner and sweets, and tired playing from all my toys, and going over to my friend's house to see what toys they got. And then just the lights turned off, and suddenly my whole room was just this bright dragon shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've looked over it the years later. There is no nostalgia goggles there in that regard. Like, the CGI is, well, it's as bad as you can remember it. The plot is a bit weird. I do love the dragon bounty hunters. Love how in this reality there's still like a vibrant bounty hunter group for dragons. They could do that in Game of Thrones. Strong men kill them all. It is none. Oh, I also had the Game Boy game that had like, it was like a role-playing game where it was oh, there it is, the Fettoria. I love this thing. It just produces resources, but it takes up a huge amount of resources to make and a huge amount of population. Yeah, but that's just it. Like, alright, when do you think was the first CGI film that came out that holds up even today? Where we don't have to have the caveat of, oh, it was good for its time. Because, like, The Last Starfighter looks atrocious. And I don't mean like the Dark Crystal where it's puppets, or like stop motion, like say Clash of the Titans. I mean active computer generated stuff that holds up to this day. That's what I wanted, the Caravels. I used to have a model of the 3 that reached America. My dad used to make them. Was it Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Marina, or something like that. Santa Maria. I'm sorry. Caravels. Look at that. That's pretty. I'm not miffing it for like the there's just some that work and some that don't. I mean, cough cough. There are just some films that like they just don't hold up like they or even movies or TV shows that just don't hold up anymore. And not just because of like political correctness or some shit like that. I still get great laughs out of Friends, but I'll be the first to admit a lot of those jokes were homophobic as fuck. You know? But I absolutely think that some do stand the time better than others. Part with a dragon opens scales with a shot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, where you killing those. Yeah, I remember that. There we are. Alright, I'll start building up an invasion fleet. Well, can you carry people on the caravels? I think maybe you can. Or am I thinking of the Viking ships? At the very least, we can raid their coastline. Mali, famous for its fleets. Okay. Fire! Ooh, seems we weren't the only ones preparing for an invasion. Not on my watch, bitch. Come on. Yeah. Our raid was a success. Yeah, I know. I was becoming aware of it too. One thing I noticed very early on with Age of Empires AI, but a lot of early strategy games, if you attack their base and you don't kill them off, they get pissed and they start like hurling out massive amounts of enemies, particularly in Command and Conquer. Sesto pronto. Wonder. I'm not building the. Oh, that's pretty. I've actually seen that. That's in Faro, I believe. No, it's in Lisbon. It's in Lisbon, so I wouldn't have seen it. I haven't been to Lisbon. I've been to Faro, and I saw a very similar castle to that, which it looks beautiful till you realise that was the hub of the Portuguese slave trade, and you're like, oh shit, that puts it into perspective. Yeah, okay. Because each shot multiple units. That's cool. So it's basically, the caravels are just basically scorpions in on the water. Might be something in their coding that would represent revenge of some sense. Yeah, it does, because maybe not on this easy mode, or maybe not because of fleet actions. But I remember one time, I launched what I thought was a huge attack against an enemy, and they just managed to hold me off. As soon as they rebuilt everything, oh, they would not let up. And it was always stupid. It was always just 1 or 2 or 3 people coming at me. And eventually, if I wasn't careful, it would build up. But for the most part, if you knew how to handle it, it wasn't so bad. I've let them last as long as this. Where are we at now, motherfucker? What are we doing here? We're building a university. A cliffside university. The perfect place. If you fail to decide on a major, you get thrown down to the ravine. I like the siege towers, but they're very rarely used. It's still so much easier just to knock down the walls. Okay, let's start building transports. 4 should do it. My army also could do with some cavalry, which I don't have because I didn't build a fucking... Yes, I did. There it is. Alright, so what was I talking about? Yeah, Battletech. I'd love to get that. I might take a chance, but, you know, just if you see Battletech here and it looks a bit outdated or it's lagging as fuck. In fact, I take the outdated shit over the lagging, that's for sure.
As armas.
As armas. 1, 2, 3, 20. Oh, nice. Literally putting eggs in one basket. Cossacks was great for this. You could put like 100, 200 people in each ship, and it'd be like it'd be
Avançar.
really ominous as it would approach because it was all ore mounted. And when the door would open up, and then the enemies would just start pouring out. Invasions were not easy. I'll tell you that much. I need some cavalry. Cavalry, baby, you and me. Don't have any cavalry. Don't have enough for cavalry. There's some more gold up there. Ah, now this is important. See, I've been completely neglecting this. So first things first, chemistry. Yeah, economic building. Generates resources without the need of villagers. Requires 20 population. Useful if you have scoured the map of useful shit. $20, $20, right.
As armas.
As armas. Have we built? Once we have that, we'll be able to build the bombardier ships, and with the bombard ships. With that, we can begin our bombardment of their main base. What I normally do is I find a spot of land they haven't touched and build up a war camp. But fuck it, we should have enough to be able to take them out, especially with naval support. Wrong one, but okay. I think we just need some old-fashioned... Oh, it might also help if we... Oh, there's some chemistry. Might help it if we use their damn... Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Alright. Ooh, perfect. And Shazam. The genie. He was never a genie. That was a bit of the Bernstein Bears universe going on. So in team games, let them explore and get that one perk in the marketplace. Well, it'll save you a bit of resources, lets you build up your base. You're not really seeing it here, but I do tend to just turtle up like fortresses as far as the eye can see, and then I'll slowly push towards them until my fortresses are more or less bombarding their fortresses, and then my army can go in. I'll just basically overwhelm them very slowly, like a flood of molasses, really, which takes a lot of time and resources, and also makes for a very dull game. I think I'll play one more game after this, and this time I won't have it as a fleet. I'll have because I want it more, and I'll also set the difficulty up a little bit more. 11, 6. No, they're all doing their bits. Doing their bits. Ballistics. Yeah.
Atacar.
Batakar. I always like this weird bastardization of languages they do in this. Correctus. Gather her. Equilin. Batal. Alright, let's keep it in the back of your mind. Have you laid out anything you're willing to part with so far? Have you got any ideas floating in your skull? Gotta do something while we're waiting for the damn champions to be created.
Az armas.
Asalma. That's why these days also I do my run as early as possible. Because once I sit down at this chair, I'm just gone. And this building, after 9 o'clock, you don't want to be making too much noise because it's against the regs of the building. So if I wake up at like 3, I've got 6 hours to do time on the treadmill. Which is surprisingly not a lot of time. I have a general concept of what the game will be. Cool.
Quais são as vossas ordens? Avançar.
What the fuck did he say?
Ao seu dispor.
Hello?
Quais são as vossas ordens?
Beschauest da Bosi.
Atacar. Ao seu dispor. As armas.
Aha. Portuguese. Alright, that's probably more than enough. We even got some bombards.
Atacar.
All we need now is some bombard ships, and we are good to go. Hey, if you can see this, I've got 3 screens in front of me. Plus, I can always just whack on my phone. So I've talked to I talked to Murphy not too long ago and told him I was running while watching him, and he said, "Come on, guys, if low energy, if someone by the name of Low Energy Videos can hop on a treadmill, we all have to try harder." And TJ thought I was bullshitting. And then he's like, "Oh shit, you're still doing that." I'm noticing the weight going off me though, I'll tell you that much. Don't know how much... I'll find out on Tuesday how much I am, and then if you're curious, ask me on Wednesday, or Thursday more likely, because I'll be busy Wednesday. I'll be able to tell you. I do love this thing. It was such a bitch to get it. I'm never getting it from this. I'm never buying from that company again. But, shit. How many upgrades do I have to do? Alright. At the very least, we can keep active by bringing in a few more ships. A few more bombards, rather. Siege weapons have 1 range. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's enough. I'm surprised they haven't launched any sort of a counterattack or even probe. I know it's easy mode, but I've been surprised in the past. Maybe they're not. Maybe their AI isn't built for strong navy, which would make sense for Mali. Although I'm just been watching something on Mali. Extra credits have been doing extra history on the Mali Empire, and apparently they did have a little bit of a fleet. Oh god, we need a new castle. Well, I'm not waiting around for the castle, but I am going to build it.
Construir.
Okay, that's fine. Wait, why am I hearing burning? Ha! Make him go boom! Make him go boom! Now, we got some murder holes. Masonry, why not? Alright. Stop. Ha! You should see me when I'm really making some castles. What I don't have is a lot of room to land. But here we go. Oh, hi, Mali. We have come to take you. Okay, gotta kill you now. Bye. Fight him! Fight them all! Your red champions are no match for my blue champions. Gotta bombard. Target the military bit. Buildings. And you lot, you get the fuck out of here. Oh, haha! You brought your Wallalos, huh? That was poor on my. That was bad on my part, because I didn't bring any of my Wallalos. Guys, would you just fucking kill them? Where the fuck are they coming from? Jesus, there's thousands of them. This could go badly. Quick, get on here. We need a base of operations here and now. Oh, yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I was always shit at the conversion. Land! We need a fortress, stat! Move in, gentlemen. Get a stabbing and get a killing. Damn, most of our, and we also need some healing. The power of Christ compels you to die. Building disturbed. Fuck you, boar! You're working for the enemy. Oh yeah. This is one of the downsides of this game. Your armies would always just get scattered so easily. Ah yes, Malian Cavaliers, a well-known historical fact. I think a game that came out a few years ago, Rise of Nations, did a better job of managing armies. I mean, this does an okay job, I'm not complaining that much. Who wants some suicide bombers? I know I do. Look at Billy Badass over here, he got shot half a dozen times. More castles! More buildings to make people! More killing! Yes! Numbers! Statistics! Things! I like things! Oh shit! How come I'm trying to make a comeback? Oh, that's a Greek fire ship, isn't it? Well, aha! Nearby boars grunted too loudly and frequently. No wonder, well, I have to admit that boar there was a dick. Yeah, he couldn't have pushed me back at that point. He kind of threw his army away pretty damn quickly. But on the plus side, that was almost challenging. Quit current game to exit. See, we got a little battle thing at the end. Right, standard game. This time around, I'm going to switch it up with something. Alright, you decide who should fight who. You winner, ha! You winner, ha! You winner. Who should I be, and who should the enemy be? Just so you know, I'm not going to play on a water map, or at least where water doesn't play a huge part in it. So, I'm going to actually pick... The walls around your forest clearing are your only protection from the carnage middle. You fight the Huns, okay. Also got to raise it at least a little bit better, standard. And who should I play as? Huns are all about getting up close and destroying your buildings, so the fact that I'm very defensive is probably not going to work well for me, which is good. It means it'll be more of a challenge. Who should I play as? Aztecs, Berbers, Britons, Burmese, Byzantine, Celts, Chinese, Ethiopians, Franks, Goths, Huns, Incans, Indians, Italians, Japanese, Khmer. Play Japanese or Koreans? Koreans. Japanese. Play as the. I think I will play as the Koreans. Yes. Yes, that'll work. We're playing in the arena. Noise. Still playing as a death match. Oh yes, this wall behind me will be my lifesaver. Wait a minute. This map looks completely wrong. he got the shit one. But I'm gonna fuck that up if I'm not quick about this. Boop. I'm playing like a proper standard mode now, so. Moksu. I like how all this is changed for the different ones. I'm actually gonna close that because that causes no end of grief. I only need the one. Bam, bam, bam. Make a loom. When Trump became president, there was a meme. It wasn't big, but I liked it. It was going around. It said, and it was he had that folder, and underneath it was like now our work begins, and underneath there it has instead loom. Now you begin with loom. Boop, boop. I remember one time a civilian walking gate. Yes, that happens so much in this game. Or if you're not careful, your scout cavalry will just chase someone to Kingdom Come, which is fine by me. Early on, if I can find the enemy, but let's be honest here, where could they be? God, I wonder. Okay, he's done his job here, so now he can get the fuck out of Dodge. I have to remember that's 15. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Alright, Muksu, I agree. Don't you agree? Muksu. Don't know why I looked at you over there in the chat when I should be looking at you right here in the camera. The sound of my childhood. Clink, 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 clink. Bahalmer. Oh shit, he does have a castle. Well, mine's better. Alright, let's get a layout of his walls. Shit, we're very close to each other. Like, Jesus Christ. As you can see, I put some mods in. I did. I think I'll keep that in. Empired 2. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have Age of Empired. Oh, shit. Mother Tucker. Age of Empire 2 is about, doesn't fucking matter. Well, it is in spirit now. Now, one thing I'm gonna do is probably after this, I'm gonna go through my all my videos I've ever made, and I'm going to be reorganizing it, like playlists and shit. Also looking for typos and the like. Farms that I'll probably never use. Actually, that's wrong. Later on in the game, I'll need those farms to stay alive. Unless I had played as the Portuguese, then I would have been able to build those Feditora things. Peggy 13. There's a few games I could toss out. I've got the original Postal. I want to give that a go. Like I said, Age of Empires 3. I want to do at least one thing of that. I got all 3 Witcher games. I've beaten the 3rd one and the 2nd one, but I haven't even started playing the 1st one yet. That could be kind of cool, assuming it's playable these days. Oh, come on. I've advanced to the castle age. Of course he has, because, you know, he's not dicking around like I am. The Huns are making us look bad. It's gonna be basic playlists, like, one thing I have put down that I don't know if I mentioned before, the live energy part. That's gonna be from now on. Anytime I'm doing something live, it's just gonna be called live energy, and whenever it's pre-recorded, it's gonna be low energy. Yeah, I know. Plus, I know, as you can tell, I was still trying to desperately grab me feet. Grab me feet? What the fuck does that mean? Grab me feet and thinking of England. I was just desperate to figure out how shit works. But yeah, I'll go back over it. I just need to do a spring cleaning around my channel. You gonna be on Evan tonight? Where's my army? There's my army. Well, so long as those flaws are still don't change the fact that it's enjoyable. Witcher 2 was flawed as hell, but I managed to enjoy it. After him. Meh. Teddy Quinn. Teddy Rupskin. Hey, do you remember Age of Empires 2? Like, it's a game. You know, it's kind of cool. Shit like that. Cool. This is the randomized one he's still doing, right? Muksu. Wait, did I? No. You get your black asses back in here. See what I mean? Like, the AI was just so... I wouldn't say trigger happy, but... Wait, why do I need 2 of these? Classic Dylan. I'm actually gonna close all the gates right now. No one gets in or out. And we have enough villagers. Come on. Yeah, I've seen you giving advice on that. I suppose I should build a lot of these guys, the pikemen as well, spearmen. Because, after all, they're a very cavalry-centric game. Character. Y'all don't belong here. Get on now, yeah? Mm-hmm. Where? Yeah, fair play, man. Is he still playing that Mario randomizer as well? I've been asleep for most of his live streams. Like, I'm getting annoyed. I cannot make a presence if I am not there. Yeah, I saw that. Well, I didn't see that. I think I watched. I think I came in at episode 2. I know he wants to play Fallout 1. Oh, look at this fucker fighting back. And he won. Damn. Alright. See how they use different, Look at that. Look at that. That looks ridiculous, that mod there. It's just a medieval castle strapped up with this pre-made yurt shit. That one doesn't look too bad, the stable. Everyone. No. Okay. Castles in this version look stupid. Here, let a cake protect you. I don't think I have the luxury of completely turtling up for this version. Oh yeah. Yeah, see what I mean? Motherfuckers want vengeance. You killed some of our guys. Shit. Archers. Well, I don't want to say that I know a certain turtle involved in the American government, but, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Look at the amount of people they're building! Fucking hell. We need everyone to build these fucking castles. Everyone. This is why I wanted the, This is why I wanted this shit. Oh yeah. Makes your turtle ships move 15% faster. Well, that's no good to me. Yep. More castles. Gentlemen, follow me. Shit. They're doing a stand-up job. Aha, I knew that would happen eventually. They'd call up a battering ram. Dude, get your black ass in here. Drink them. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Oh yeah, I forgot they've got a Germanic setting. Oh, how the fuck do they know where my guys are? Oh, don't tell me they got the spy thing. I think they might. If push comes to shove, I can always cheat, but that would kind of defeat the purpose. Okay, you lazy lumps. Build me a university so I can give out fraudulent diplomas. Damn, that ram is taking a pounding. Okay. Ballistics, absolutely. Peggy. More castles. Can you tell I like castles? Look at them! Look at them give it up! Yeah! You better run. If we had an army... Oh, well, we have an attack force, but I wouldn't call it an army. Absolutely. It's like from a video game. You hold it and it gives you +1 to intelligence. Makes you troll ships. Mongols and siege ongunners at one range. That's what I need. Elite war wagons. This is the war wagons that are doing the job right now. You could say the war wagons are our war horses. They have paladins. Of course they fucking do. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna beat it differently for a change. Our job now is to simply hold them off. Do we have it in us? Can we believe in ourselves long enough? Bloody hope so. Huns are good at making armies to rape you with. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, this ring. Now, it makes sense what you say, like, magic. But that's suspension of disbelief right there for you. And there's nothing wrong with suspension of disbelief. But the thing is, oh yeah, I was meant to finish that sentence, wasn't I? The only thing with it is there's suspension of disbelief, and then there's setting up your own universe with your own rules, right? And then still having stuff that makes no sense, like Inception. The rules of Inception just, you know, once you look at them, wait a minute, how can you do this and do this at the same time? Jesus. These wagons don't do jack shit. Oh, I'm depopulating them, which is cool. Yeah, that's why I'm not attacking them. I'm actually going to let my army just be slaughtered. The whole point of it is that I want them to... well, be slaughtered for starters. Second of all, I want them to distract them long enough. While we build this. Saying that, I just realised this whole area here is completely undefended. So back in you go. Build! Build faster! Meanwhile, where's our actual army? Here's our actual army. Aha! See exactly what happened. Faster. Everything has to be done faster. Even the cavalry. Right, gentlemen. Dude, kill the guy in your midst before doing this. Thank you. Yeah, look at all the war wagons everywhere. God, these Mongols just don't give a shit, do they? Look at all these builders that aren't doing jack anything. Jack anything. He's not a very good jack. I kinda like the look of like undead and shit, but they never seem to end well, do they, in fiction? Oh, I know what would fix this right up, but that's doing that. I like, look, Statue of Confucius out there. Well, at any rate, they could do with more support. Building this complete and utter waste of money in the middle of a siege is exactly what you want. That's what I'm after. Chemistry! That's true. You don't see much in the way of fiction geared towards bad people. Bad people. See what I mean? Ah, Freudian slip right there. The undead. Although there is one, that Yahtzee book I told you about a while ago. He comes back as an undead person. And he has to work for a necromancer who's constantly stopping heroes from breaking into his castle. And it's all done as sort of like a PowerPoint presentation, sort of office management sort of thing. Where they're having like weekly torture improvement meetings. And shit like that. And they're offering helpful hints, like maybe have a budget put aside to have all your traps repaired as quickly as possible. Or put out ads for heroes to attack in a really shitty magazine, not one of the good ones. Right, 92, 93, 94. Damn, should have built that right away. There we are. Wonder built. Why is nothing happening? I should get my countdown. I don't have that set on. I'm gonna get fucking killed. Oh, alright. That didn't do the job. It's now time to ask the important question. Should I keep on playing, or should I wrap up knowing that there's literally no chance of me succeeding? I mean, there is, but it's going to be a very long slog, because I'm just pushing them back and back and back. And look, they had 2 castles then when I saw them last. Imagine what they have now. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. I do not, I don't. Hold on. No? Oh, damn it. I remember the old cheat that would spawn it's Big Bertha? Then I suppose in many ways my work is done. Of course, how meta would this be if you made the game and then Evan played it? Or like Skeptical Jesus or Admiral Murphy. That would be fucking weird. Okay, boys. I feel like the knights in of Gondor are about to ride out. But your crazy king commands it. Oh, in the sense that if Evan ended up playing it, because I started off watching him, and like I didn't have a channel, and then he'd end up being playing game about me. It's like a fan base game. That'd be fucking weird. I wasn't implying that, like, could you imagine him playing something you made? That would be crazy. Oh, it'd be absolutely cool, man. Alright, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not fucking touching all this. I mean, Jesus Christ. No. No, that's not how you do it. Fuck it. Yeah, that's me dicking around for too long. I put all my stock into this, but I'm not seeing the timer anywhere, so yeah, there must be no timer. And look, now we've lost our army, so yeah. How? There was no cheat. I didn't use it. Oh, I used Polo, my bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking of the one where you get the car and you just, it just will unload like a torrent of bullets at people. But this one says I was playing this for 41 minutes. Like, the other one, I must have been at it for a while as well. So, yeah, I just want to give a huge love out for this. This is one of the major reasons I fell in love with this book here. It's so basic. That's oh, how do you turn this on? I think that's the one. I think that's the one indeed. But yeah, this book here is just everything I at the time I could find about like history, because you know, internet wasn't, there was no Wikipedia to go on to. You had documentaries and you had books obviously, but it wasn't that touch of your fingers, and I used to just love reading this. And ever since they added the new societies, you had, you know, and it's all still very bare bones, very sort of like kids versus history, but it was like, it was still like people's. I'd never heard of the Byzantines before. Um, and all this shit. So I remember one time I just got like 100% in a history test because I remembered shit about the feudalism and shit like that from this. So big love to this book here, and of course big love to this game. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up now. I forgot to mention, I'm gonna be doing a video every other day from here on out. And whenever possible, if something in my life stops me from doing it, obviously I can't. But yeah, pretty much same with the Civipedia. But yeah, I'll be doing it every other day. So I'll see you on Monday. Maybe drinking, maybe not. And of course, any special ones like say Tuesday, if the drink comes, I'll be making a video for that and a live stream. And of course, on Wednesday I've got the travel video. But I will see you around. For anyone who's been watching in the future, hello, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again, Chaos Gamer, for keeping me busy. And I will see you again next time. Bye.